Coming into this NBA season, I don't think a lot of people really expected the Memphis Grizzlies to be a top team in the Western Conference. Last year they were an 8th seed, and this year we didn't really see a whole lot of things change within the team that made us be like, okay, this is going to be a top team in the West. But now the fact of the matter is that the Memphis Grizzlies are fighting for the 3rd seed in the Western Conference with the Utah Jazz. And with the Warriors having some struggles lately, which I'm going to talk about in a future video, it seems like that the Grizzlies could possibly pass up the Warriors for the 2 seed. Now, I made a video about a week ago how I was talking about the Memphis Grizzlies and how they were mad underrated, and a lot of you guys did like that video. So in today's video, I'm not really going to talk about that aspect. I want to talk about what they've done this season and also give you guys some reasons on why this Memphis Grizzlies team could really make a deep run in the postseason. And also we're going to get into how real is this team, because according to some people, some NBA teams are Mickey Mouse teams, quote unquote. I fucking hate using that term, but let's just get into this video. Of course, before I get into the content, if you guys could leave a like on this and subscribe to the channel if you're new and notifications on. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. Also, I try not to do a whole lot of self promo on this channel. I really just don't enjoy doing it. However, if you guys are into Madden or NBA 2K content, because I know some of you guys do like sports and some of you guys also enjoy the video game aspects of sports like 2K and Madden, well, my best friend X has been trying to hit 1K this year, and if you guys could drop him a subscription and check out his channel, the link will be in the description below. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now, and if you guys do check out his videos, which I highly recommend you do, he puts a lot of effort into his videos, comment on his recent posts and tell him that Spex sent you. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get into this video. I saw a stat that says that the Memphis Grizzlies since Thanksgiving are 1st in net rating, 1st in defensive rating, 1st in win percentage, 1st in rebounds, 1st in steals, 1st in blocks. On top of that, they have 20 wins in that span, and the next team has 15. What I think is also crazy is to start off the season, they were one of the worst defensive teams statistically, and now they're arguably one of the best. So when we look at this at a statistical standpoint, and not to mention, I'll just look at the fact that they did beat good teams and not just some really bad teams that they were just beating up on, but statistically, the Memphis Grizzlies have been playing like the best team in the NBA, and I think it's only right if we start looking at this team as a legit playoff contender, because as much as I love my Phoenix Suns and I love the Golden State Warriors and I think the Utah Jazz are a great team, I really do believe if those guys lose a couple games straight, Memphis has an opportunity to take over the Western Conference. It's just a fact. Now obviously I don't want that to happen for my sake, but for an NBA standpoint, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It's not like this is a fake team. They are a really talented team, and I love watching them. I'm gonna be honest, Desmond Bane deserves most improved player of the year. I heard nothing about this guy last year. Maybe it's because I didn't watch a lot of Memphis Grizzlies games, but this man just came out of nowhere. Even this season, I really didn't hear a lot about him to start off this year, and all of a sudden Memphis starts going on this run and I hear about Desmond Bane a lot. The man is literally averaging about 17.7 points per game on 42% shooting from the 3. On top of that, he's someone that can facilitate the ball and played good defense when you need him to. I think what makes this team stand out from a lot of other teams is that they have really good depth. During this run, Morant was out for a while, and some people said, oh, maybe the Memphis Grizzlies are better without Morant, kind of like with the Houston Rockets and Jalen Green earlier on in the year. Which, hearing that, I wanted to slam my head against the wall because I didn't actually believe that people would think that. But here we are now, where a lot of people are trying to consider Morant as an MVP candidate. And with all the stats I could lay out for you, with everyone knowing Morant is playing like a top 5 player in the NBA right now, with the Memphis Grizzlies a top seed in the Western Conference and having the opportunity to be a really scary contender in their said conference, because if you're not winning, you're gonna have no shot to win the MVP, kind of like Nikola Jokic. But if the Memphis Grizzlies keep up this pace, I do ask you guys in the comment section below, do you believe that Morant could win the MVP? If it was up to me, he would definitely have my vote. As of right now, the way this man has been playing is insane, but I think it's gonna go to someone like Steph or Giannis, which I understand, but at the same time, I definitely do believe that Morant should at least be considered the way he's been able to help his team win a lot. Now, if you go to my channel, the most popular video on there is that Mikal Bridges video where I talk about every player that was drafted before him, and one of the people that I had to talk about in the video was Jaren Jackson Jr. In the video, I said he was a really good defender, and I got eviscerated in the comment section below saying I didn't know what I was talking about. However, if we look at this now, this man Jaren Jackson Jr. has been playing the best defense of his career during this season. Even though I would like to argue that Jaren Jackson Jr. has been really good, we just haven't really talked about him a whole lot. Now, you know I love to roast the out of the NBA media when I make videos like this. Now, about a week ago, the Memphis Grizzlies beat the LA Lakers, and Undisputed, obviously because all they do is talk about the Lakers, talked about the game, and I just want you to hear what Skip and Shannon had to say.
Shannon, is it absurd to you that the Grizzlies can win it all?
Yeah, I'm not going there, Skip. I think it's I say it like my homeboy here in Atlanta, it's a little ludicrous.
Now, the points brought up by Shannon Sharp is that the Memphis Grizzlies could not beat certain teams, and he played out as if the schedule, like the playoff schedule, was today, and he said they couldn't beat the Nuggets in the first round because they'll have Jamal Murray back, which, truth be told, I think me and a lot of people are also taking the Grizzlies over the Nuggets even if they do have Jamal Murray back. They also said they could not beat the Golden State Warriors if they were to play them, and again, I'm gonna have to side with the Grizzlies. I do think they could. I'm not saying they're going to, but I'm not just gonna leave them out of contention as if it's not a possibility for the Memphis Grizzlies. And in the Western Conference, if things were to stay the same, that the Memphis Grizzlies would be playing the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference Finals, which I'm a Suns fan, you guys know that. Obviously, I would root for the Suns, but the Suns and Grizzlies have had some really good matchups during this season, and the Memphis Grizzlies, last time I checked, did come on top with that Ja Morant game winner. So to say that it's ludicrous this team could even be considered for an NBA championship just to make it is a little, well, ludicrous in itself to me. Now, what about Skip Bayless? What did he say?
Shannon Sharp, it would not shock me if the Memphis Grizzlies won it all this year.
Man, you
every
out your
time
mind.
I test then, every time I watch a game start to finish, I say, that looks a lot like the best team I see anywhere.
Can we give a round of applause for Skip Bayless actually agreeing with us for once? Can we get a cheer? Yeah, okay, listen, even though there's a really good chance it's scripted because these guys never agree on anything, and I think they go into a room and pick one take and the other says the other, but what he said about the eye test is absolutely not wrong. The Memphis Grizzlies indeed do pass the eye test whenever they're playing teams. I'm like, damn, this is actually a really good team. Again, I'm someone that doesn't believe in strength of schedule because you play every single team the same amount of times every single season, but to some people they think they got all these wins just by beating up on small teams, even though the Memphis Grizzlies have been able to beat some of the best teams in the Western Conference. Ja Morant no doubt is going to be a superstar within 1 to 2 years, as if he already hasn't reached that point in his career. Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, those are some good pieces on the Memphis Grizzlies that are going to help them win. I think at the beginning of the year, Jonas Valanciunas was like the best NBA three-point shooter according to statistics. I can't remember if that still stands or not, but that was a crazy ass time in the NBA. Now, these guys aren't my NBA Finals prediction because you guys know I have to go with the Phoenix Suns. However, if there was a second team I had to pick, I would honestly take the Grizzlies to make the NBA Finals, by the way. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I'm also not saying they're not going to. But if I had to pick a team that was going to make the NBA Finals to represent the Western Conference and I could not pick my Phoenix Suns, then I would definitely pick the Grizzlies. In the comment section below, I want you to tell me if you guys do think the Memphis Grizzlies are a legitimate contender or if they're just on a really good run right now and if they're going to fold when it comes playoff time. With all that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys do leave a like on this and subscribe to the channel if you're new and notifications on. With all that being said, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Take care. Suns in 4.